Trade talks are heating up this week as two more players from an American League team were reported by Joel Sherman as potential fits for the Yankees at the deadline. We'll break down who these players are and how the addition of these types of talent would provide a different flair to this New York Yankees lineup. What's going on, guys? Alex Brooks back here on Yankees Digest, giving you guys what you need revolving the Bronx Bombers. And if you guys aren't subscribed, guys better hit that subscribe button down below. It is free. Join in on this conversation as we are having a lot of different content out for you during this All-Star break week. And me and Chris are giving you guys the daily dose that you need on Yankees content. We really appreciate all the support. But let's get right into this video as talking about the two players that were reported by Joel Sherman yesterday. In this tweet, he said Joel Sherman says the Yankees should consider adding both Harrison Bader and Willie Castro at the deadline if the Minnesota Twins decide to sell, yay or nay. So this is definitely intriguing with Harrison Bader and Willie Castro both in walk years. So they are going to be both free agents after the season. Harrison Bader does have a option to him, but Willie Castro will be a free agent after the season, so they're definitely going to want to improve and go on to a perennial playoff team to help them get a new contract, a big contract in the future. But let's talk about Willie Castro to start off. He's a 28-year-old switch hitter, and this is really big because he is not only just a switch hitter that could help the Yankees have a little bit versatility on the batting side, but also in the field. He is a utility specialist because he can play in the outfield, any sort of position, but he can also play in the infield with shortstop, second base, and third base, which the Yankees are desperately needing right now. And he can be a chess piece that Aaron Boone can use off of the bench. He can just be a platoon guy that the Yankees can really use at any sort of level in the defense and in the lineup. And it really wouldn't cost so much because you're looking at Suarez, who is the big ticket at the deadline. Willie Castro's kind of under the radar right now. If the Twins decide to sell, he could be definitely a intriguing option for the Yankees. A little bit more on Castro's versatility so far this season. This was from Michael Rosenstein at Sports Illustrated. He said Castro has played every position this season except for catcher and first base. And yes, he has taken the mound this year, throwing one inning without giving up a run. That includes 11 this year at third base, as well as 27 at third in 2024 and 41 at third in 2023. In addition, Castro would give Boone a Swiss Army knife, a player that can be moved all around the infield and even rotate through the outfield if necessary. And don't overlook his ability on the base paths. Castro stole a career high 33 bases in 2023. And Castro is someone who I've grown to love as a piece that the Yankees could add just because of his versatility, and he just checks a lot of the boxes for this Yankees team. I mean, I've already mentioned he has that versatility in the outfield and in the infield so far this season. He has a .265 batting average, 9 home runs, 24 RBI, so definitely acceptable numbers for the Yankees, and he could definitely add that sort of batting average to this Yankees lineup, who at the bottom of the lineup is struggling right now with Austin Wells and Anthony Volpe. So you can definitely have someone like Willie Castro that can slide into this lineup and add a little bit more depth for these guys. And it's definitely going to be very interesting if the Yankees do look the way of the Twins, because as I mentioned before, he is in a walk year. I don't think that he's going to cost that much if you're going for Castro, just because he's only owed $6.4 million. And he can definitely be someone who can add to this lineup. And what do you guys think regarding Castro? I want to know what your comments are regarding Willie Castro, switch hitter from the Minnesota Twins. But when we move over to the other side, we're talking about Harrison Bader, and this guy is someone that the Yankees are very familiar with, as he is also a one-year rental. He does have the 2026 club option. And he's someone who already has familiarity with the New York Yankees, being on the team in the second half of 2022 after the trade with the St. Louis Cardinals. And he has been a playoff weapon for the Yankees back in 2022. He batted 333, 10 hits, 5 home runs, 6 RBIs, and 35 plate appearances. So he's definitely someone who has that playoff experience in the Bronx, and that can definitely be very encouraging to add again at this deadline, to be able to be like a platoon guy, what I was mentioning with Castro. The only thing right now is that the Yankees have a logjam at the outfield position. So he's definitely going to be someone who is going to have spot starts in the outfield and in DH. So it'll definitely be interesting regarding Harrison Bader. And I just wanted to share this with you guys. I mean, I just was making my, Photoshop skills a little bit. How do you guys think I did with these Photoshop skills for all the YouTube viewers right now? I think I did pretty well with Harrison Bader being in a Yankees uniform. But in all seriousness, I really feel that Bader right now can be a piece that the Yankees can use. You obviously have a logjam right now at outfield, and you think, why are we adding a fifth outfielder to this team? Well, it's having that versatility in the outfield. I mean, he has the Gold Glove. He can spell Dominguez because Dominguez struggles against left-handers, and Bader being a right-handed hitter, he can help Aaron Boone just spell Dominguez for a little bit in the lineup. And a little bit more on Harrison Bader so far this season. This was from Colin Lynch at Sportscasting Bets. He said, if the Yankees want to fortify their outfield rotation with a proven asset who delivers on both ends of the game and fine-tune that tricky righty-lefty balance, Harrison Bader makes sense. He's more than just a stopgap. He's a chess piece, with Sherman reporting serious interest and Falvey open to creative solutions. Things get interesting quickly. If New York is serious about re-upping for one-year upgrades, Bader checks every box: speed, defense, platoon fit, and a clear understanding of the expectations in pinstripes. And yeah, a guy who so far this season, he has a 1.9 WAR with a 109 OPS. He definitely is someone who the Yankees can pursue and checks all those boxes. I mean, he has the speed, he has the elite defense, he has that platoon fit, and he's definitely someone that doesn't really owe much to the cap. So he's definitely going to be on the cheap side, and he is looking for a big contract. So a guy who has that encouragement to get that big contract, knows that he is fit in the Bronx and in New York as well, with the Mets last year. So definitely someone who has playoff experience as well in New York is really big when talking about Harrison Bader. And talking about a little bit of, his stats so far this season. Uh, Looking at his stats so far this season: 11 home runs, 34 RBIs, a 254 batting average. Along with Willie Castro, I mean, these two guys, along with Byron Buxton, are really helping this Minnesota Twins team stay a little bit relevant. They're 4 games out of 500 right now. So, but if the Twins decide that they want to sell, they definitely have some interesting pieces who are on walk years, and to trade them over to a perennial World Series contender like the New York Yankees, it could definitely feel very interesting for the Yankees. 254 batting average, 34 RBIs, along with 8 stolen bases. We've seen his stealing ability back in 2022. So definitely an interesting guy. What do you guys think regarding Harrison Bader? I know it's a logjam at the outfield, but I definitely feel like he has that platoon fit along with Castro that can really impact this team in a really big way. And when looking at what Brian Cashman can do at this deadline, you're just looking at, the prospects that you could trade to the Twins for Bader and Castro, or one or the other. And I was looking at just these prospects so far in the Yankees farm system, as this was from 5 all the way to 12, which I feel like would just be the right area for the Yankees to trade over. I think when you're looking at that 12 guy, Everson Pereira, I think he definitely is going to be someone who is going to be in that package for Castro and or Bader. He's definitely someone who's 24 years old, hasn't really fit in the New York Yankees and what they want to do. So definitely think that he would be in there. And then I believe that it's going to be one of these other pitchers. Don't think it's going to be Schlittler. I think it's going to be someone like Brock Selvage or Chase Hampton that could be on the block for the New York Yankees to sell over. And definitely going to be interesting to see if the Yankees are going to make moves for Castro and or Bader. And this is definitely going to be very interesting for this Yankees team if they are able to get someone like Castro. Castro's definitely someone on top of my list right now who I want to see in pinstripes because he has that utility. He has that utility effect on any team that he's put in. He can be in third base. He can be in the outfield, and he definitely can create another layer, another advantage for this Yankees team trying to get back to the World Series and just having another chess piece for Aaron Boone to use in this lineup. But what do you guys think regarding both of these prospects? Do you believe that they can make impacts for the New York Yankees at the deadline? Just want to know what your comments are regarding these two Twins players. But that's going to do it for another edition of Yankees Digest. My name's Alex Brooks, and everyone, let's go Yankees.